some Ghanaians have lamented the slow process of acquiring the Ghana card as part of the SIM re-registration exercise. There were long queues at some Ghana Revenue Authority offices here in Accra where people had gathered to register for the Ghana card, and this follows a decision by the Communications Ministry for mobile phone subscribers to re-register their SIM cards with the Ghana card as the only recognized identification card for the exercise. Some of the people revealed they were at the registration centers as early as 5 a.m. and have still not been able to get their Ghana card as at midday when we visited. Nicholas Ekoyamwa spoke to some of them.
Came here around 5.
5 a.m.
Yes.
Have you been able to register?
No, not yet. Yes. Very difficult because some people will come late, but they will do their own for them. I came here since Monday. I came Monday, Tuesday, today too I'm here. I didn't go to school Monday, Tuesday, today too, just to do the Ghana card.
I came around 3:29 in the morning.
You mean 3:29 a.m.?
Yes, please. When I came, they gave us some numbers. I think it's from 1 to 50. I was number 4, but the person who is supposed to guarantee for me, they said he's not a professional worker, so they will not allow him to voucher for me like how they do it some way. So I'm waiting for someone who will finish, then the person then guarantee for me.
I'll be here for a while. For about 2 hours. I think 3 hours. They said they have already counted them. So unless tomorrow.
I came here exactly 5:30 a.m. I'm vouching for my son. He has not registered. He is in the queue. It's going very slow. Seriously, I don't even know. But can you imagine? This is Ghana, and we're giving numbers, and then the number ended up to 45. But we find people with 58. They were rather ahead of us. So it created a pandemonium. We have to go and then sack those to 58 and 57. Yeah, so that's the issue. So I think as of now, it's going smoothly.
I've been here since 5:20 a.m. Now that they give us tickets since morning around 6 and we are on the line. So I think I'll be the next person to go in. If they can improve it to make it a little bit faster, I think it will be better.
Been here since morning, that's 5 a.m. As we've joined the queue, now it's like we are getting closer to do it, so I don't know. Maybe the challenge is that since maybe there's one person that's doing the registration, or it actually delays because we came here for a very long time and then still up to now we haven't done it yet, but we are still in the process. So I would have wished maybe if it's like there are many or 2 or 3 people that are doing the registration so that it can run fast. But since it's one person, so the process is very slow.
I was at the Registrar General department, but when I got there, they told me they had already given numbers to them. That was around 7 a.m. And so I have to go and come back tomorrow. So I just came here to see if I'd be able to do it.
Have you been attended to, or have the NI official told you anything?
No, nothing yet. It's all parts because I'll be starting my service soon, and so if I don't get it, I wouldn't be able to get bank accounts and all of that stuff.
So some of you have been reacting to this decision by the Comptroller and Accountant General and also the Communications Ministry for the re-registration exercise on social media. Let's go to Facebook and read some of your comments. This one says, what is so unique about the card? I think it is a misplaced priority. What is good about digitizing an economy which produces nothing and borrow more than 75% of GDP? I don't know why this government is harassing Ghanaians with this Ghana card. Fix the roads, hospitals, build schools, and most importantly, fix the economy. That is from Shalom, Father T. We also have Michael Biko writing and saying, please accept the Ghana card is the best for the country to move forward. Every country has an ID except Ghana. Ghanaians and foreign residents living in Ghana must have the ID for documentation and business transaction. That is Michael's comment there. Let's take another one from Wali Hazibilia. He says, so if a teacher is denied his salary because of the Ghana card, but he still goes to school and teaches. Will he be paid, for example, his previous 2 months' salary as arrears when he gets the card? Well, when we get the authorities, we'll put this to them. Ernest Cardinal says, what kind of policy is this? What was Ghana card part of the contract? And this is what the ranking member on the committee has been saying. Don't even pay us, cry. Now we are tired of these things. Ajinkwa website. Michael Tamaklo says, is the Ghana card the same as the ECOWAS identity card? Okay, so that is some concerns for you there. So those are some comments on Facebook coming through on the decision of the Comptroller and Accountant General tying salaries of public sector workers to the possession or otherwise of the Ghana card, and you've been entreated to do that before December 1 or you would forfeit your salary. And the Comptroller General says it is doing this in order to streamline its systems on the payment of public sector workers. We'll be getting the reaction of Labour to this. The National Association of Graduate Teachers has a position on this, as well as the ICU. But you had there the ranking member on the Employment Committee of Parliament, Dr. Kobna Donko, saying that this is first of all unfair because they have terms and conditions as far as their employment terms are concerned, and then the timeline, he believes, is very short. Let's go on to the phone lines now. Angel Cabone joins us on the line. He is on Zoom with us. Mr. Cabone, I'm grateful that you could join us here on Joy News Prime. How are your members reacting to this decision by the Comptroller and Accountants General's Department? Well, Mr. Cabone, if you can hear me, I'm asking how your members are reacting to the decision by the Comptroller and Accountant General's Department to tie their salaries, the payment of it, to their possession of the NIA cards or the Ghana card.
Yeah, it is unacceptable for the government or the Comptroller to tie anything at all to our salaries. As workers, there is a principle in labor relationship concerning compensation. Compensation is paid based on the work that you have done. Compensation is paid when there is injury to you in the job that you have done. Compensation is paid based on contractual agreement between the worker, which is expressed in the collective agreement. So you don't use the workers' compensation as a bait to push through policies. You discuss policies with workers and find ways and means of letting the workers understand the usefulness of the policy and getting them all on board, rather than coercing workers through force by the use of their salaries and threaten to push through policy by withholding workers' salary. You cannot do that, and that is unacceptable. This is not the first time this is done. Some time ago, they wanted to pay workers on the eSwitch platform and threaten that any worker who fails to register with eSwitch will not be paid. Workers will have to come out and complain and agitate against that for the policy to be withdrawn. And then they are doing the same thing with the Ghana card. Can they tell us the challenges that people have had in registering? A lot of people refused to vote, could not vote, because of the challenges they encountered when they went and registered for the Ghana card. In the Ghana card, you even have wrong spelling of names, misapplication, birthdays, and so on and so forth have been wrongly imputed. So when you want to use, are you using the Ghana card to replace the staff identity card that the Comptroller and Accountant General is operating? So we don't accept this, and we want the Comptroller and Accountant General to withdraw the threat and engage workers within the confines of good labor practice.
So, Mr. Cabone, if I understand you, you do not disagree with the Comptroller and Accountant General when he says that this is to streamline the payroll and to make sure that things are more effective, except that you think that there should be more engagement. And what do you think about the timeline as well, the December 1 timeline?
I don't know what went into the timelines. I don't know what the timelines is meant to do. I don't know whether it is such that the system that they are they are using currently will crash on the 31st of December. I do not know, because they have not engaged anybody. This is a unilateral fiat passed by Comptroller and Accountant General, and it flies in the face of good labor practice, and they should withdraw it and engage us. Let them make us understand how the use of the Ghana card number is going to improve upon salary administration.
Very well.
Let them make us understand that.
Mr. Cabone, kindly hold it for me. We're joined by Morgan Ayewene, who is the General Secretary of the ICU. Mr. Ayewene, thank you very much. Majority of your members may not be directly affected by this, but you have a concern with this directive issued by the Comptroller and Accountant General's Department. What is it?
Yeah, as you rightly put it, our members does not fall within the category of workers under reference. That notwithstanding, as a responsible union, we have genuine concern. What am I talking about? A border on the locus of the Comptroller and Accountant General to issue such a directive. The question is, does he have the locus to issue a directive bordering on payment of salaries? Salaries are a critical part of the terms and conditions of service. Organized labor did not negotiate the salaries and terms and conditions of service of the public sector workers with the Comptroller and Accountant General. These were arrived at by government employers associations and labor. So it is only the social party or partners and stakeholders that can, delve into matters relating to a salary. So I don't know where the Comptroller and Accountant General got his, authority from to unilaterally issue a decision to not to pay a worker. Even the conditionality itself is problematic. Why do we have to condition the issuance or the acquisition of national identification card to payment of salary?
Well, Mr. Ayewene, NAGRAT would want this withdrawn. What is the position of ICU? What would you want the Comptroller and Accountant General to do following these concerns you're raising?
Yeah, instead of issuing, conditionality and then giving deadline, we think that they should take time and establish offices in all the districts. That is number one. Number two, they should take the process to various offices and then get the workers to register in their massive form. We think that is the only way that the national identification card will be able to achieve their objective.
Very well.
Limiting it to public sector workers alone, is their target the public sector workers, or they are targeting all Ghanaian workers and, for that matter, Ghanaians? We have more workers in the private sector and the informal sector, as opposed to the numbers that we have in the public sector.
Yeah.
So for me, I think that this is just a window dressing, solution.
Mr. Ayewene, I want to thank you very much. I want to thank you for your time. That's the General Secretary of the ICU, Morgan Ayewene. We still have Angel Cabone, who is president of NAGRAT, on Zoom with us. Mr. Cabone, the cost component is also another issue that workers have been talking about. Assuming that the Comptroller heeds the demands you're making, will that be an issue for you, for NAGRAT? Hello, Mr. Cabone, can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost the connection to Mr. Cabone, but essentially, people who have to get the Ghana card around this time would have to pay, unlike for those of you who registered initially when the authority went around registering Ghanaians. Mr. Cabone, the cost component is something that workers have been complaining about. What has happened as far as what are the concerns you're getting within your quarters as NAGRAT? You seem not to have a good... Mr. Cabone, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I just want to, as we wrap up on this conversation, have your take on the issue of the cost component. People who do not have the Ghana card will now have to pay for it. Is this NAGRAT, is this something NAGRAT is okay with? Should the other issues be addressed?
In fact, I'm having difficulty in understanding why the Ghanaian should pay for Ghana card.
Unfortunately, we seem to have lost Angel Cabone there. We'll bring him back once we have it. Mr. Cabone, we lost you briefly. If you could just wrap it up for us.
Yes, I'm having difficulty in understanding why the Ghanaian should pay for Ghana card when the government is funded the NIA to a huge sum of money prior to the elections. So why is the Ghanaian being made to pay for Ghana card? Now, when some Ghanaians pay for the Ghana card now, are we not discriminating against some Ghanaians as opposed to others? I'm beginning to have is that not the reason why they are beginning to relate our salaries to the Ghana card number? I don't think this is right, and they should withdraw this situation immediately.
Very well. Thank you very much. Angel Cabone is president of NAGRAT, joining us there on the directive by the Controller and Accountant General's Department.